Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where last episode we had the Uyghurs rebel against us, and they brewed that up very quickly. But I guess that's okay. We're going to work a bit on our arms industries. We do need to get our arms industries and our munitions plants turned up a little bit in terms of their production. And we do have some negative construction efficiency here, and we're also currently running a deficit, which is not shocking. We'll bump up our military wages once we are a little bit closer to this finishing up, like to this breaking out. They're uncertain. This is not going to go well for them. I can tell you that right now. Oh, right. We had some generals either defect or die in that, and I wanted to recruit like at least a couple more. So one in the North China HQ for sure. And let's just promote these existing ones up. There we go. And yeah, that all seems reasonably fine. This guy can get promoted up as well. So we'll bring him up to 100. There we go. And I don't think we need to raise up more forces than this. So these guys are currently out over here. Yes. So I'm going to send them to go advance the front over here. And we'll advance the front here. And we will advance the front here. Beautiful. So we have forces on the way to both of these locations. And we should easily defeat the Uyghur Uprising. Once this actually starts. Now, we are going to go into debt from this. So that is definitely noted. We can always stop construction if we need to. But I don't believe that we're going to need to. We've got about 26 weeks until most of these plants come online. Rifling was just successfully completed. Okay, cool. I don't know why that... Oh, that was a journal entry for modernizing the arsenal. Right. Arms industry building throughput for 9 years would be pretty good, but I think that the repeater tech would be better later on. So we'll grab that for the time being. And we're currently number 3 in the world. We could bump up our prestige in theory, hypothetically, by doing this. That would cost us a lot, and what would that put our prestige actually at? 7,900? Okay, that doesn't actually change our rank. That's fine. So we're keeping our military wages down for right now. We're going to raise them back up when this is about to break out. I don't think anybody is going to join here. I think everybody is going to declare neutrality. Do we want to add any additional war goals? No, we cannot. Okay, that's fine. They have access to so few troops that I don't think we need to raise any more than what we have here. We're already on the front with roughly 400 battalions. And that's all looking good. We're now in the countdown to war. So I'm going to raise up our military wages here. And yes, that's going to hurt us financially. We're going to be going into debt here, absolutely. And we do have some market access issues. We will address those after the war. Or at least after this first round of manufacturing comes in here. 18 weeks on that. We're going to have some additional infrastructure issues, almost certainly. War is going to break out here. This is fully expected. And we're just going to, I think, cruise right on through here. 398. Okay. Yeah, I'm really unconcerned about this. I am exceptionally deeply unconcerned here. Yeah, absolutely fine. So we're going to breeze right on through the Uyghur Uprising, and we'll get our military... Oh, hey, we just dipped up to number 1 in the world. With all of that power projection. Okay, that's why. We're going to go back down later on, but for now, this is okay. Beautiful. 13 weeks left on these arms industries. We're about halfway done, and that's looking solid. The Uyghur Uprising is not going to last very long. That said, we're losing a lot of war support here. Okay, well, once we finish up some of these battles, things will get a lot better. They are definitely taking a while. No doubt about that one. But we'll just get these occupations going. They cannot drop below 0 because they hold their capital, and the following war goals are not being occupied. Yeah. So we need to occupy them. That's understood. Okay, so every week we're getting -1 due to exhaustion. That's noted. So, of course, these battles are wrapping up, or at least that one was. This one is also wrapping up shortly. And they're just going to continue to be crushed here. There's nothing that they can do. That's a victory for us. This is also a victory for us. And this is just going to continue happening. There's nothing that they can do. They're down to 48.3. Yeah. Not great. We're about to finish up these arms industries, and we'll see if that creates us any, like, iron shortages. It might, actually. We'll see. We are currently working on the electric arc process. There's 5 years left on that. So our munitions plants are also wrapping up fairly soon here. There we go. And we have a few of these that are still going to be worked on, but we've got all these coal mines beyond that. So now the question is, do we have any input goods shortages of iron? We have a small arms input goods shortage. We're working on that, for sure. We have some taxation capacity issues, some market access issues. These guys capitulated. No shockers there. We're going to turn down our military wages again. And we're going to turn down our military buildings. Oh, we never went down to first aid. Hilarious. I did intend to. Okay, we'll just do that for now. How are we doing on the price of transportation? Okay. Noted. So we probably want to be on cargo prioritization for right now. And yes, subsidize those railways. Cool. So we're going to tick forward here and pay off what little debt we got. Oh, that's not going to be too bad. Wonderful. Okay, so now we need to work on our taxation capacity issues. We know that we need a number of government administrations here. We're getting 15 each. I'm going to put in a second one here as well, just to overshoot that by a little bit. And let's check in on our railways here. Yeah, I'm deeply unsurprised by this. So these are 20 each, so we need a total of 6 here. We need a total of 5 here. We need 2, we need 1, and 1. Okay, so there's all of those railways and government administrations underway. We're also building these munitions plants and coal mines. We're going to get through the coal mines eventually. Our skyscraper site was identified, so we could lay the foundations here. And sure, we can construct a skyscraper, and do we want to do that right now? That would go in here. Yes, I think we do. So we're just going to build that in Beijing as our current top priority. So that'll take us 49 weeks. That doesn't really delay anything too much. So these munitions plants, there are a few of them left, and there's going to be about 23 weeks until those are done. But we're not really prioritizing those at this moment. The coal mines are being built very swiftly. How many more of these are there? I know there was a lot. Yeah? Almost a full quarter of our building queues. Oh, hello, what was that? That one can be canceled. Okay. Almost a full quarter of our building queues right now are coal mines. We will get those finished, but it'll take some time. We're building them in the background, and that's okay. Once we're out of debt here, we can definitely cut our taxes. But I'm going to wait until we are out of debt for that. We're paying 12.4K in interest right now. This is going to be like 12 weeks until we're out of debt, so it should be okay. Looks reasonably fine. Probably around the same time we finish up these munitions plants, to be honest, would be when we would cut our taxes. So yeah, I think that's okay. Any other shortages here? Well, iron is expensive, but we have iron queued up, I believe, right after all of the coal mines. Yes. Iron is next. So that's absolutely fine. And that's basically another quarter of our queue ups here. So I think this is okay. We're going to get all of those done. And the question is, are we going to start thinking about getting belligerent soon? It's definitely an interesting concept. I would like to get our electrification underway. We are a ways away on that. How are we doing on our literacy? Okay, we're still not approaching our cap of innovation. So, no problems there. Our railways are going to be done soon. The Outer Manchuria Cyclone, huh? Well, we'll put some money into relief. We are running a surplus right now, so it's fine. Certainly not ideal. We've had a lot of natural disasters. No doubt about that. 6 weeks on our munitions plants, and then we're going to be done with our upscaling of our military production. And how are we looking in our GDP? Our GDP is kind of shrinking a little bit. But we're solidly ahead of France right now. So that's a good sign. And in terms of population, we can expand so much more. So much more. We're going to be out of debt now. So if we look now, we are officially out of debt. So we can now cut our taxes. What do we want to cut it to? I mean, we can cut it to here. And that's about the best we can do for right now. Most of our money is still coming in from taxes. Fair enough. So our coal mines are being worked on at quite a rapid pace. It'll be an extremely rapid pace now that we're done with our munitions factories. Cool. I would like eventually to turn up our barracks here. But I really don't think that now is the time for that. So we'll bank up some cash for the moment and get some coal mines built. I do want to think about what do we want to do aggressively. Anarchism has been unlocked. Okay, sure. If we want to get aggressive, I wouldn't mind attacking Japan. Which would pretty much mean that we need to get our naval bases that are here finished, right? And how long will it take us to get through our construction queue? 162 weeks. That's not so bad. That does feel fairly doable, actually. I want to check in on our railways. Okay, we definitely need some railway work here. I'm not surprised about Shanxi needing railways. So we know that we need like 7 here. And then we're going to need at least 3 here. And then 1 here. Okay, we're going to need more than that, I'm sure. And we'll keep our government administrations set up correctly as well. So that's all looking good. Qinghai, huh? Okay, so how are we looking here for infrastructure? We do have an infrastructure balance of plus 35, but we're building a lot of things in these locations. So it's going to need additional railways, for sure. I'd really like our literacy to get a lot better. 52% is nice, but it's not where I'd like it to be. Can we think about any law changes? Well, not with what we have right now. Not with just the scholar officials in power. We would need to put someone else in power. And what would we want to target? Public schools? Who would be in favor of that? Trade unions? Are they marginalized? They are. So we cannot put the trade unions in power right now. So that's a little bit sad. What else could we think about? No, we don't really have enough support to go to public health insurance. We're already on compulsory primary school. We do not have support for any women's rights laws. So that's not really an option. And we don't have support for free speech laws either. Fair enough. I think our law situation pretty much is what it is for right now. We need the trade unions to be unmarginalized. Now, one thing we could theoretically do is go into our... Let's see. Trade unions are not in here, right? Yeah, the interest groups... Where do we see the proper interest groups here? The trade unions are currently marginalized, so they're not appearing over here. I want to bolster the trade unions. And I'm not actually sure where we find them when they're marginalized. I'm sure they're hidden somewhere. But they're not in the opposition. Overview? No. Just because they're marginalized, I guess they're hidden and we can't do it. Or I just don't know where to find them. It's likely the latter there. So we could move up our social security. I don't think that's a huge benefit for us. We have increased our income by a decent amount. I think I'm content with our amount of construction here. I don't think we really need to expand our construction sectors beyond these 9. I think they're okay. So that all seems just fine. We're working our way towards getting additional construction speed, not via expanding our production amount, or rather our construction amount, but rather via expanding our throughput. We're up to 595. Okay, we're definitely outpacing France. Beautiful. That is absolutely magnificent. Now, we're almost certainly going to need more railways, and our skyscraper is about to finish, so that's nice. There we go. We have constructed our skyscraper, a magnificent achievement. So we get a little bit of bonus prestige. Not that I really care about that. Chemical plants can't be changed down. Oh, these steel mills did get changed here. We're going to have to make our way through some of this because of that rebellion. Right. I can't believe I forgot about that. Okay. So motor industries, shipyards can be publicly traded. Motor industries cannot yet. Otherwise, urban centers should be on covered markets. We can go down to electric streetlights, but we don't have the ability to... No, this is electric arc process. What am I talking about? We should be building, at this point, electricity generators. So power plants. Each one of these is producing 50 per level. They do consume engines. So let's build, for right now, we're going to build 51 here. Yes, it's going to be a big investment. It's going to take some time. And we're going to build a lot there. I can't believe I forgot about that. So, we're going to get that going, and we're not going to go down to electric streetlights just now. We're going to be on gas streetlights, and then we're going to be on public trams. I would like to consume more transportation. Arts academies can be auto-expanded, and we can be publicly traded on our power plants, and that can be auto-expanded as well. We're going to need to consume additional transportation or simply produce less of it. That's the other theoretical option. We're going to be short on our electricity here for the fencing method, and we should probably be on standard fences for now until we bring that down. Livestock ranches are probably small enough that we don't have to worry about it. And then logging camps would be electric sawmills, which that we would need electricity for sure. We can do that, but we're going to be running an input goods shortage. We're not running an input goods shortage without that, interestingly enough, apparently. It only popped up when we had it. Maybe we still are running the input goods shortage. We can go down to wooden passenger carriages if we want to just absolutely tank the price of transportation, but we kind of don't. So for now, that's okay. The power plants are going to be about 30 weeks until they finish, and of course, we are still working on our railways and a bunch of these coal mines in the background. So that's fine. But our primary construction is going into the power plants. And that's good. Hi, British Raj. We should be looking up over here instead. We're currently down a little bit in our GDP because of that electricity input goods shortage. There's not a shocker there. We just need to get these power plants built here, is what we really, really need. So that's all looking good. The electric arc process is going to be done eventually. We could go for electrical capacitors eventually. The combustion engine would probably be really good to go for. Eventually. We do have a good amount coming in here in our innovations from technology spread. So that's looking good. 128.8 each week. Yeah, we could definitely use more on the literacy front. There's no doubt about that one. But once these power plants come online, our input goods shortage will be much, much better. I'm okay with running this input goods shortage for the time being. It's a minimal one, and this should only be affecting livestock ranches. Yeah. So for now, that's okay, and we'll change other things as soon as these power plants are built. So this is going to produce a lot of electricity for what we currently need. And that'll be good. All of these coal mines will eventually finish up, and we should check in on our infrastructure. We almost certainly need some. Yep, and we'll build 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Cool. So all of that is going, and of course we're building our power plants all at the same time. So those will be done in 17 weeks here. They're almost half done. But it does take a while to build a power plant, and we're building 51 of them. In a location with minus construction efficiency. It's maybe not the best of plans, but it's fine. So these coal mines are going to be wrapping up eventually. My main question is, when are we going to be done with this province? Okay. Because there's minus to construction efficiency in a number of our provinces right now. The local riverbanks burst. Okay. We can definitely do some disaster relief. That's cutting into our surplus, and we have at least 2 of these at this point. Totaling about 230k. Noted. So we are almost at 300k surplus. That's not bad. Not bad at all. The real question is, how will things look once our power plants are finished up and we swap everything over to using power? Once we get our initial round of electrification done. It's going to be very interesting, for sure. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. I do want to check in on our government administrations, and yes, we do indeed need a few of those. So we'll get a couple built. Cool. Of course, eventually, we're going to be grabbing, like, identification documents, which will be a big deal. Central planning would be an even bigger deal. And identification documents is not actually being worked on right now. Pan-nationalism is. Okay, that's fine. That's reasonably okay. So we're at 577 right now for our GDP. It's definitely shrunk a little bit. That is due to our lack of power. So that's fine. We'll have these wrapped up in just 3 weeks here. Make that 2. And our surplus is looking really, really good. Industrialists are happy. Repeaters have been unlocked. Okay, so repeating rifles for arms industries. And we're definitely going to switch our arms industries over to that. Cool. We can auto-expand these locations that have expanded due to the private construction queue. That all looks good. And at this point, our first round of electrification is done. Now, we still have an input goods shortage here. Presumably that's because we don't have employees there yet. So our power plant is here. And yeah, that's still employing up. So we're producing additional power. There goes that input goods shortage. Fantastic. How are we doing on our... Okay, 37.6k. We are gaining loyalists. So that's a good sign. I want to grab our additional electrification tasks here. So I want to go down to electric sawmills. And I also want to go into electric streetlights. So the electricity is going to remain expensive, and we're still running an input goods shortage. We'll see how that input goods shortage goes as we continue to ramp up our power plant, but we're almost certainly going to need another set of power plants, and we're going to get those going. Where? In Shangji. So let's just get that underway here. And in fact, I should remain paused here since we're going to build all of these simultaneously. We're going up to 51 for the economy of scale, although we actually cap at 30 economy of scale. Is that new in this patch, or is that from our tech? It's probably our tech. Fair enough. I'm still targeting 51. We'll get the tech eventually. So that looks fine. All of these power plants will be done in a few weeks. And we're definitely still running an electricity input goods shortage. What is our balance on that? 10.7k. Okay, so assuming no bonuses, right? Assuming no bonuses, this is 50 per level. So, pulling up a calculator here, 50 times 51 is 2,550. So, assuming no bonuses, we should need 4 rounds of these. Fair enough. This will overbuild our electricity production. Guaranteed. And that's okay. I want it to be slightly overbuilt. And we can scale it later, if need be. And again, this does not take into account economy of scale. So realistically, we probably only need 2 sets of these, but I'm going to build all of these regardless. So we're not building all of those simultaneously. We do want to prioritize the railways and the government administrations here. There we go. We are building a lot of them simultaneously, but certainly not all. Okay, so these railways are going to wrap up. That'll get us some market access going, and our government administrations will wrap up eventually as well. How are we doing on all of this? So, a lot of this should improve, I think. That is actually capped out on its employees right now. Okay, so we're going to build something like this, And this needs to go up to like 7. Okay. So those railways need to be worked on, and the government administrations as well. We will continue to build power plants in the background, and the electrification of China is continuing. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to continue to build power plants. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, and Lohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Anna the Elephant, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.